to me, it's one thing to study Harley Quinn, right? One thing to see an idea of Harley Quinn, right? But we're gonna have to go down, right? Or have to go down. Because Wander has these talons that are on next to his sword holder, right? He's got an H. Okay. And what do I mean by going down? Well, I mean by going down of because X likes to walk around, right? So we gotta go down. Oh, what a crazy tea. Mario and Luigi, they have a boss. Pretty crazy boss, right? How about a BP T? I think that's pretty good. Making a foot, That's pretty cool. The game that comes out will be Witcher 4? Metroid Prime 4, It's pretty good. Most times when I look at Shiver, I think Shiver likes sticking out that tongue to go into a ray leg looking thing. We're still here. We're still around this area too. We're gonna show this one though, because this one's cool. Of course, it's on the Cape. Of course, Southwestern Cape. There's even a sad eye Ishtar in the center crest, which is really cool. That's awesome. That's a cool thing to look at. Creativity and all kinds of creepy things. That's really good. Especially when we get to Shattered Memory, Silent Hill, all kinds of stuff, right? This one right here, though. See, Silent Hill, Shattered Memories, as you know, we have Shin Megami Tensei Vengeance. Pink hair, BP. So we could go up above the center crest, because this is the center crest of the picture, right? And we go, which is it's his little black hole thing, which is pretty good. It was also good just re-looking at Splatoon's boss, Of course, and now you're looking at his center crest, right? But we go up above, and we go to the left. I like how it's able still, and of all the crazy things I want to show you with it, yeah, it's right next to it. So it'll be two people together forever kind of thing, right? And this is what I call the VVBP. VVBP. Somehow we got to make it X, right? It's, But look at that, yeah. Now, normally we would just think we'd just be looking at two V's, right? But we got a tiny face. That's why we got a sharp foot. A tiny face that makes a sharp foot. Liv Morgan likes you to look at her underwear, So, that's pretty crazy stuff right there. Tiny face is a big, just a massive interest. There's a massive interest to Tiny Face. Huge. It's insane. There's another tiny face in his hair. Little smile. And I ask you now, There's a BPI on the cape, and that's really crazy looking. I like it. So that's why they did the whole good old Mobius thing, because they were really love screwing with people's brains, and that's horror. You know what I'm saying? That's actually like being scared. Because being scared is when you actually know what's going on. And this whole good old Mobius thing is insane. It is insane. Eight, Lady Gaga. It's really crazy. Do you remember what Lady Gaga wore on her face when she was in an interview? Now you know why, right? So, like, this whole thing of the shoulder, the whole shoulder theme, the easy way to see this is just to look at the top of his shoulder cape. And there'll be an X, black X, and go down this X. Because you gotta go down. You'll get into another 2-eye April O'Neil kind of thing, right? And you'll get to the 8. Boobs. Boobs, legs. This 8 thing here, right here, because it's going to make another 8. It's an 8 going into another 8. And it has to do that because of Mario 64. But, very confusing picture. Just one of those confusing ones. And very scary. Guess what? The boobs. Yeah. Yep, the boobs. The good old Mobius, the good old boobs. Good old videos of boobs, see. And, yeah, her twisting the feet's going to get pretty messed up as we go along. I have no idea what the heck's really going on with this twisted feet thing that they got going on here. But, I mean, the easy thing I do have is the thing that she stands next to, so that's good. But this is what she's, like, really probably standing next to, and it's really creepy looking. It looks kind of like a vagina or something. It's really crazy. His new game is really crazy. That Famitto new game, ooh, is good. Is a good new. Famitto's making a really good new video game. She's standing next to Ray. That's why the whole leg up thing is going on. There's this whole entire leg up thing, and it's really crazy going on, right? Even though I'm Shiver, even though this is what Shiver's saying to you, because there's an H, there's all kinds of things in this picture. Shiver is saying to you, I'm going to stick my tongue out at you, right? I'll stick my tongue out at you because you suck. So, yeah, that's the whole thing that, like, Shiver's doing that's so scary. Is Shiver's just sticking out the tongue. Does not need to be a sharp tongue, you know what I'm saying? Don't need to be a sharp tongue. Is there a human being that you know that's in an adult film that has licked a heel? You get what I'm saying? Do you know if there's a human that's licked a heel? Probably. Licked another human's heel, I really like the BP one, though, because I wanted you to see the BP one. Let me show you the BP one. Yeah, because you get the surprise stare. That's why I like the BP one. See, if we go back to this 8, there's 2 8s. There's a tiny 8. There's a big 8. And the big 8 easily gets you into a BP, but it also gets you into a Mario 64 stare, 1, 2. That's why Liv Morgan's wearing the halves. You know what I'm saying? Like, her underwear is half. Her short underwear, they're halved. And, she's a champion, And, gosh, I could get with that blank stare one because that's like a boobs thing, though. But that's the whole idea. BP likes to be a pair of legs. It's an eye that likes to be a pair of legs, because you can take pair of legs out of your eyes, and BP pink and all that kinds of stuff. And yeah, our eyes get pink and our vaginas get pink and our dicks get pink, that kind of thing. Um, yeah, she has to be walking about for another Ray thing because this wants to keep. That's why I turned the camera around. She wants you to keep on, like, she likes to walk around. That way she's like Ray because Ray likes to walk around, that kind of thing. So she loves just to walk around, have a cut scene where she's walking around to do that kind of stuff to you. And I really like that we're going back into the tiny face. So she's walking, and here's tiny face. And the plate armor is crazy in Xenoblade. Xenoblade has these boob plate armors. They got plate armor boobs. They got all kinds of crazy things in Xenoblade. Xenoblade X Definitive Edition is going to be nuts. They're going to add some kind of creepy little story to it, Now, the new Yu-Gi-Oh card, the new Yu-Gi-Oh card's pretty scary too. I'm going to show you how scary the new Yu-Gi-Oh card is, of course. Anytime I'm around BP, it's just scary because I know what BP is, and I know about the new Yu-Gi-Oh card that came out, the new Dragon Maid Yu-Gi-Oh card. Well, his center crest, up above his center crest, is the common thing, which is like legs, and then this like head. It's like a slow bird. Because remember, Yu-Gi-Oh has a thing called Sonic Bird, right? Has like this pink Sonic Bird kind of thing, right? And here's this little tiny foot, right? That's on the new Dragon Maid card, right? If I use enough brain power right here, see what I'm saying? If I use enough brain power right here, somewhat of brain power, then maybe I show you a creepy face right around here. That's the challenge. Which it looks like the elongated ones is always good ones. I'm always comfortable with the Mario 64 elongated ones because it's always like a foot inside a mouth kind of thing. But guess what? There's also up above sad eyes. See what I'm saying? So there has to be a tiny foot. They decided to make a really creepy Yu-Gi-Oh card by having a tiny foot. And they wanted to do that to get into Sad Eyes because Sad Eyes is really, really good design. And Sad Eyes is easily making a pair of boobs. That's why it's a but why. She says but why because eyes, but eyes, right? So she's scary. X is scary. She's just as scary as X because she says but why, but eyes, boobs. Your eyes can see boobs, that all kinds of stuff, like really crazy stuff coming out of her mouth. And then he has to say what? Keep frosty because shiver, Shoot. Another black BP hole. That's kind of cool. That's another little smile. Yeah. Another but why smile. That's to the right of his cape on his shoulder. You have to switch the camera over. This kind of crazy little shape they got going on here. Ray tail. Holy crap, man. That's the times where I wish I could just see the tries again because this is a 1, 2, 3 try. And then up above, it will have the eye that it looks like it just does not like you looking at it. That kind of thing. It just doesn't like you looking at it. Which that's kind of like the crazy thing behind like a lot of crazy stuff's going on, you know, just very crazy stuff. Mm, hmm. A leg eye. Hmm. That's strange. Leg eye mouth. Gosh, Demi kids, what the heck is that? Making some kind of weird looking creature, and you got like a leg mouth. That's just good artwork. It's very good. And to the left of it, oh my gosh, dude. Gesture hats, grape. Grape's a pair of legs, you know. Grape's pretty crazy design. Very crazy, very, very crazy design. And Mario 64 stuff. So this is the whole thing if you're wondering about grape. And it's better just to look at it from this point instead of, you know, people having their own opinions. I mean, if I'm going to actually purchase a video game, you know, people are ranking video games or thinking about what games to buy, but like, you know what, it's pretty easy. Princess Peach is definitely a game to purchase. It's a really good one. And it's surprising to me because it went on sale. And I know normally, like, when people think of things, they go on sale, but like sometimes when something goes on sale, it's really good. But it depends if you can figure it out. Ritual Beast was good. I'll tell you, that's a creepy story I can tell you about because, like, normally you think Necros and Burning Abyss, right? But Ritual Beast was very cool. I really liked the whole Ritual Beast setup that you could do because when I bought Ritual Beast and then I faced somebody who was playing Necros, they could do nothing and they lost and they scooped. So, and you know, it's like Necros was expensive and Ritual Beast was not expensive. And pretty crazy. Which is something that current Yu-Gi-Oh players need to think about. As much as we have so many expensive cards, there is still possibly something else that's coming on. I really like that. See, like, this is 17 minutes, man. And I know what's creepy. What's creepy is when you're getting into like 17 minutes of things, right? What the heck with his shirt? His shirt sleeve, if you go to the left to it, it's a side. It's a really creepy looking side. And I really just like it. I like it a lot, enough to talk about it. And the reason I like it is that we're having like the hunch over stuff. Because Side Order was doing the hunch over stuff. We're getting back into another Ray leg. See what I'm saying? Another Ray leg. So on Side Order, the reason they're black, like dark, you know, darkness and all that, is they're talking about a very scary thing in Shadow of Colossus. And if we go up above, I really like this weird thing. This thing is so gosh dang weird. This is like a corner of the mind kind of thing because Famito loves his corner of mind stuff. And we can easily get into a BP up above. Okay, so it's really creepy because BP is like fire and all kinds of crazy things. But the thing below it, it's like a pair of legs thing, being like a Mario 64. It's really, really, really odd and really, really creative, and I really like it. And if you turn it over, you're still able to get into a tail. So that's a really cool little thing to look at. Like, that's pretty messed up. STDs, they're known to get like these boils, right? Like the boil circle stuff. But there's also like, I don't know, there might be like a black hole imprint. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we're talking about transgenders. I have no idea which one we're talking about, but you know, we're getting some pretty crazy ideas with that one. Um, 3. Holy crap, right? Yeah, BP next to a 3. See, Xenoblade. That's why I was showing you that Xenoblade stuff. I was showing you the Xenoblade stuff because, like, the 3, I was like, oh my gosh, right next to BP. This is on the Cape. I can't even with this part because this is why this is a whole side thing on his arm because you're going all the way up into this and you're going into like BP stuff, right? And that's why she twists her legs. Yep, because there's gonna be black in between her legs, as you know once you watch the scene, right? And her legs are up. See what I'm saying? Like and when you're like, it's like, twist the legs, you're gonna get your legs up, all that kinds of things, right? This is a very creepy picture, so it's just kind of like this insanity kind of stuff, Garium's really cool. I really liked Garium's design, how they gave him like white eyes, right? They gave him like some very evil eyes. You like the Dragon Ball Z eyes, you like the Zelda eyes, all kinds of crazy eyes, right? But what's really creepy about this? This is a time for Shiver, because Shiver likes to do really odd stuff. Also Kim Possible, But it's time for Shiver, right? Because Shiver likes to do some kind of thing to get back into a T, because Mario and Luigi's T, right? That's the whole point of the new Nintendo Switch game. It's a really good game. It's a game that you're just not even thinking about. You're thinking not enough. And that's why it's such a good Mario and Luigi game. It's a very good game. It's just like, it's a very, 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 very done in a different kind of format, And Sharpfoot Hole. See, so Garium, the reason he turns into his black final form is because, like, how about white cum in the mouth? You know what I'm saying? Like, his whole final form is a really crazy form idea. There's a crazy concept behind it. And it's going into, like, certain things, right? Because, Lady Gaga could have cum in her mouth, 8, there's all kinds of things. Just really crazy things. Well, the art, see, this is the art direction. She could just have a creative art for the title of her box art, right? Because she's on the dirt, right? And, and you could get blood from your mouth, right? And you can have blood in your mouth because all you got to do is have really good sex and you'll have blood in your mouth. And that's a crazy thing that can happen too, So that's like the kind of thing, like, you don't always have to just get your head pounded. But that Lady Gaga likes to talk about how the head is popped off, And one of the best thing about artwork is it's just the creative way that you do it, when you're on the ground. And there's like the idea of like, if I was on the ground and there'd be like a pool of blood out of my mouth, that kind of thing, The whole hair thing, if I could find a hair thing in here, I find 8s though, you know what I'm saying? I find Lady Gaga's cable that's next to her hair, right? But like, if there's anything else I could find in here, you never know. It's debatable, but Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, I really like that her shoe, like this cape, you have to go down on the cape, but I like that her shoe was like a short shoe and like short boot kind of thing, And there's like the whole brown legs. We'll get into brown legs later. I know about brown legs. Brown legs is just about like brown cheeks and all kinds of sexual crazy stuff, right? See, and that's the kind of thing. It's like if you think about like, this is an actual box art kind of thing for Lady Gaga to make like kind of ideas and concept arts like that. And here we go with this one though, because this is the witch. Remember, Lady Gaga, when she sings her Judas song, she talks about a witch, right? Shin Megami Tensei witch. This is big into small, right? Big into small. Okay. And it's really crazy. Like a yin yang for Princess Zelda is pretty insane. Legs up, right? Because the leg is up on the scape, right? And it's pointing to the side, which is fantasy. Okay, so fantasy is really crazy. I love fantasy. This is another BP thing, right? And this is why I love fantasy. The reason she talks about fantasy is she knows how stupid you are, and she's very scary. She's DLC, she's scary, she knows how dumb we are. And in the game, that's why she's saying to us fantasy, because she's going to have a bunch of designs on her, but she's a BP. So the whole entire Xenoblade characters, I have no idea what they're doing to get to a point to where they're at a BP, but they're at a BP, and that's kind of like the craziest thing about it is it's like, who gives a crap about, like, it's kind of like this whole theory, you know what I'm saying? It's the whole theory of who gives a crap about what you're trying to think about new content wise. Try and think about the DLC that came out for Xenoblade, right? And try and think about what the heck is going on with that, because it actually is like telling you things right away. And I'm like, what the heck is that? You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, what the heck is that? That's pretty messed up. And pair of boobs. That was the whole thing too. Is like what I imagined, right? What I actually imagined was, I was like, the whole idea was really, really insane of like DLC for Xenoblade, It's like, okay. All right, you ready for the pearl? Okay, let me show you the pearl, and we'll probably get out of here. I don't know if we'll get out of here. Who knows? There's the pearl. Pearl, like, in Splatoon characters, they have their legs bent in a certain way. This is the right foot of Wanderer to go up his right foot. His foot has a BP kind of looking thing on it, which is pretty cool. But and it's sort of hunched over kind of stuff. Fire, my feet's on fire, We're gonna go up, and then we're gonna go, because people like to walk on fire, the hot coal stuff, right? And then we're gonna go to this like side of this leg, and the black detail, which is why Pearl has like the one tooth thing going on. Now Pearl has a certain kind of hairstyle that's very scary. So toes, the way I look at this, right, is that a toe inside your mouth will give you a sad face. See how creepy that is? It's really hard to understand what sad face is, but that's the kind of thing of thinking of it, right? Now you know about Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, right? And there's another 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3, which is why I want North America to get their things. Now, when you were playing Pokemon Sword and Shield, do you know that Pokemon that you were always killing? Yeah, it's pretty crazy, the Pokemon that you kept killing for, like, stats. That's when I was, like, doing the whole EV training kind of stuff in that game. And it's a pretty crazy designed Pokemon, Toad stuff kind of Pokemon, And I really like that area because it's like a Majora's Mask kind of themed area, And Splatoon has a boss battle, so yeah, it's like Pokemon Sword and Shield, and you're catching Splatoon Pokemon, That's the whole idea behind like this Ray creepy stuff, Shiver and all this. We're always going to get into Shiver, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Shiver's pretty crazy. Our lizard Pokemon starter, by far an amazing evolution, just very scary. I chose that too. That was what was so odd too. That was the starter I chose in Sword and Shield. And I thought it was really cool design. I really like all the cards. And as you know, if you check the Pokemon cards, you can get a gold lizard, right? Gold lizard human thing. And